As we shall be discussing the conference championship games that are going to be taking place this coming weekend. We have the Chiefs versus the Bengals and 49ers versus the Eagles. Now, last week when it came to the Chiefs won 27-20. Patrick Mahomes did in fact get injured in that game, but managed to come back and win the game. Travis Kelce had 14 receptions in a single game, which was absolutely shocking. The Eagles comfortably won against the New York Giants. The Bills lost to the Bengals, and the Bengals looked pretty convincing with that defense. I don't know what happened to the Bills in that game. And then the 49ers won a close game against the Dallas Cowboys. Now, this week, when it comes to the Bengals versus Chiefs games, I expect the Chiefs versus Bengals game to be a high-scoring game. And it's all going to be dependent on one person and one person only. Is Mahomes truly injured? Because if Mahomes is actually injured and he's not going to be able to run on that angle, then this is going to be a deciding factor, because Mahomes, when he gets pressured, he likes to run with the ball. And if he can't do that, he may force the ball and may force some interceptions. And considering what the Bengals defense just did to the Bills, and considering that Joe Burrow is also 3-0 against Patrick Mahomes, this does spell bad news for the Kansas City Chiefs. But you know what? I'm not gonna do this. Mahomes is the greatest quarterback in the NFL at current day. I'll tell you that. Mahomes is you can't tell me a quarterback that is better than Mahomes and what he does. Mahomes had Tyreek Hill last season and did better this season than he did last season when he had Tyreek Hill. And you're saying you can't tell me Mahomes is not the best quarterback in the NFL. So even though the Bengals did convincingly win against the Buffalo Bills, I'm going to have the Kansas City Chiefs win this game, and win this game in a very high-scoring game, but a close one. I have the Chiefs winning 31-28, taking Patrick Mahomes in what would be his third Super Bowl in his career. And he got drafted 2017. He hasn't even been in the NFL for 7 years, and this would be his third Super Bowl. This, I believe, is his fifth conference championship in a row, and it's just a testament to the fact that Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He's the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now. So yeah, Mahomes and the Chiefs will defeat the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow 31-28. But this is the game I really wanted to talk about. We have the 49ers versus the Eagles. The 49ers won a close game against the Eagles' division rival in the Dallas Cowboys 19-12. The Eagles, however, won a game against their division rivals, the New York Giants. But do we really think that the Giants were really going to put up a factor against the Philadelphia Eagles? Not really. It's the Giants. The Giants beat the Minnesota Vikings, who should never have been in the playoffs, with the bad defense that they had, and the Giants exposed their defense that they had. But then Philly exposed the Giants, and all the Giants, had biggest needs that they're going to need when it comes to free agency and the draft. So really, we didn't really get to see the best Eagles. And I'm going to be honest, with the Dallas defense, we didn't really get to see the best 49ers, because Christian McCaffrey didn't go over 100 yards. Debo barely had any catches. Brock Purdy didn't have close to 300 yards. So I'm going to be honest. I think Dallas has a better defense than Philly, even though Philly has been one of the best teams in the NFL this year. I just feel like Dallas's defense really put a beating on Brock Purdy and that 49ers offense. And it's really going to be dependent on the 49ers defense, because if the 49ers defense can stop the running game and Jalen Hurts, then the 49ers should easily win this game. I mean, if I look at both teams enough, if I look at the options, when it comes to variety, I got to give the variety option to the 49ers. Brock Purdy, Elijah Mitchell, Christian McCaffrey, Debo Samuel, who can play wide receiver and running back. And then when it comes to receivers, you got Debo, you got Juwan Jennings, you got Brandon Ayuk, you got George Kittle. Defense, you got Nick Bosa, you got Fred Warner, you got Dre Greenlaw, you got all these. The only problem I really see with the 49ers is their secondary. And even then, they have Jimmy Ward, who's been playing very well in the past couple of games. And I believe, if I remember right, the 49ers are on a 12-game winning streak. And I just don't see the Philadelphia Eagles, even though they have been the number one team in the NFC, I just don't see the Philadelphia Eagles beating a hot team like the 49ers. They just beat the Dallas Cowboys. yes, they forced Dak Prescott into playing very badly. Just think what they could do to a mobile quarterback. Dak Prescott is not as mobile as Jalen Hurts. They could really get to Jalen Hurts. And I'm going to say this. The 49ers win this game. But is it going to be a close game? I say it was in a touchdown. I'm going to have the 49ers beating the Philadelphia Eagles 24-19, which would set up a Super Bowl rematch for when the Super Bowl was down here in Miami, when the Kansas City Chiefs beat the 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo was the quarterback. But if that does happen, I will give you my predictions all in 2 weeks' time when it comes to the Super Bowl. But for this week, I have the Kansas City Chiefs beating the Bengals 31-28, and I have the 49ers beating the Eagles 24-19.